Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day today. I'm super excited to be here with you guys once again, and this week I want to talk about forgiveness, specifically why I have chosen to forgive the narcs in my life, the highly toxic people who have hurt me, just everyone who has hurt me. I'm just ready to let it go. It's important to note that this did not happen overnight. First of all, this has been a very long process for me. It has taken many years for me to get to the point where I am right now. And by no means am I telling you that you should go ahead and forgive the people who have hurt you, because, like I said, it takes time, okay? And that's a very personal decision. And it's really, like I said, it's just a process. You'll get there when you get there, and it's okay if you're not there right now, like I wasn't for many years. Years ago, I want to say 2 to 3 years ago, I uploaded a video in which I said I was not going to forgive the narc in my life at that moment, and I meant it, okay? I'm actually gonna link it up, so if you didn't watch it and if you want to watch it, you can, so you guys can see the complete turnaround and the growth and the maturity that I have gone through in the last few years. So yes, I did not always think like that, for many reasons, mainly because I was still hurt, I was still angry, I still had a lot of resentment, and mainly because I just felt like, that's my power. I have power over this, and I'm not going to give this gift of forgiveness to what I thought were underserving people. So I just didn't want to relinquish what I thought was power, which it's really not. But I was looking at it in that way because that's how I was feeling at the moment. Before I continue this video, if you have not watched the movie The Shack, I highly suggest that you guys go watch that movie. I'm going to link it in the comments so that you guys can go ahead and watch it for free if you haven't, because that movie really changed my perspective. It really made me look at things differently when it comes to, you know, forgiveness and compassion and God's love for all of his children, okay? So that was a big influential key to why I decided, not really decided, I think more than a decision, because you don't just wake up one morning and say, I'm going to forgive everybody. You don't wake up and make that decision. It's really a process in which you go through, in which you heal each and every day, in which you look at life different. And for me, I just didn't want to carry that heaviness. I didn't want to carry that feeling, you know. I just wanted to let everything go. Of course, I will always remember the lessons that all of these people taught me, okay? But another very important key that I learned, and that has gotten me to the point of where I feel like, I've forgiven everybody, which, by the way, you can forgive and carry on, and you can forgive and, not allow these people back in your life. I'm clearly not inviting anybody to, you know, allow these people to come back into your life, use you and abuse you. I think I've said that already, but I just want to state that I do not want any of you to confuse forgiveness with allowing these people back in your circle. That's a big no-no. And you also don't have to call them up and express your forgiveness. And you also don't have to wait for them to apologize. I've never gotten an apology from anybody, really. So, well, maybe one person, maybe one person, a couple. I'm not gonna say not everybody. Some people have in their own way. But let me not get sidetracked. You don't need an apology to forgive, and you sure as hell don't need to allow these people back in your life. And, you can still hold them responsible for your pain, okay? So I'm not saying that they're not responsible for what they've caused in your life, okay? So back to what I was going to say, because I got sidetracked. This is what really made me get to this point. It's really understanding that everyone who has hurt me, who has really truly hurt me, the people who have hurt me the most, and I can go as far as saying the people that have hurt you the most, if you remove yourself from the relationship, from the equation, and you look at those people, 9 times out of 10, these people are broken people. Hurt people hurt people. That saying is very, very true. And when you remove yourself and when you stop asking, why did they do this to me? What was wrong with me? What did I do? I didn't deserve this. When you remove your ego from the equation and you look at them and you look at their patterns and you see that they've hurt the person before you, the ex before you, the ex before that ex, when they've hurt their friends, when they've hurt their children, when it's a pattern of instability, then you understand that they're really broken and it has nothing to do with you. If you look at these people and you don't internalize their behaviors, their brokenness, you'll see them for who they are. And this is for me, I can't say that you guys will feel the same thing, but for me, I've learned to have compassion for these people. I've learned to have, not to say that I didn't feel that before, but I think I was really caught up in my own pain, in my own anger, that I didn't really pull myself out of that and see how they have destroyed, in a lot of cases, their own lives. These are people who are very unhappy. These are people who, they don't create happiness for themselves. They don't know how to create a life of love and stability, a respectable life. How can you expect them to do that for you? These are people who are just unstable. So they cannot give you what they don't have, and in many cases, what they will never have. So I've learned to look at it in that way, removing myself, and also thinking about how, my own imperfections, we're all imperfect. We're all flawed. So if God has forgiven me for my many mistakes, who am I not to forgive others? They have sinned just the way that I have sinned. We're all sinners. Of course, some people, yes, are, very damaging human beings. I'm not taking that away. But at the end of the day, we have all sinned. What I have come to the conclusion of is that we are all here to learn from each other. So I've taken my lessons, I've grown, I've matured, and I'm moving on with my lessons with no bitterness in my heart. And I feel like that really has helped me let go of invisible attachments, because that energy that you hold on to when you refuse to forgive a person, whether you acknowledge it or not, because I know I sure as hell didn't, okay? You couldn't have told me nothing 2 or 3 years ago about forgiving. Whether you acknowledge it or not, when you refuse to forgive people who have hurt you, you're holding on to something, even if it's just energetically. It's that something that one way or another, that energy keeps you attached. The hate, the animosity, the resentment keeps you attached from that person. When you let go of that and you just feel at peace, when you can forgive and say, I learned what I needed to learn from these people, from this person, I can move on. I can just let it go completely. There's no feelings of hatred, of no ill feelings towards anybody who has hurt me. I can move on with my life. I feel like if surviving narcissistic abusive relationship or a highly toxic relationship doesn't damage you, if it doesn't damage you when you survive it, holding on to bitterness and anger definitely will, okay? It definitely will. So that was just my 2 cents when it comes down to, forgiving. I feel like, again, it's a very personal thing. It may take many years for a person to get there, but when you get there, you understand, like, wow, I really was holding on to these things unnecessarily. I know for me, I feel much lighter. I feel at peace. I feel just overall better that I've, forgiven, that I can move on, that energy doesn't hold me captive to those people anymore. Okay, so it's, for me, it has been very liberating to get on with my life and not feel like I still have some energetic ties because I'm refusing to forgive people, when I feel that I'm there. I'm just there. It's hard to put it into words, but I feel like when you're there, when you have overcome, when you have overcome the pain, when you have overcome these obstacles and you just want to focus on, what's coming next and the happy moments in your life and your future, when your focus is no longer in the past and you can just completely let it go, your life will change, okay? Before I end this video, I do want to say that there are things that I've heard from other survivors that are unforgivable. There are things that are unforgivable. Fortunately, none of the things that were done to me, at least now that so much time has passed, can I really look at it and say, this is unforgivable. No, I may have thought that in the past, but, I don't feel like that anymore. I am just ready to let everything go and let everyone go because nothing ties me to any of these people. And, I wish all of them the best. And I don't have any bitterness or anger or anything in my heart for anybody, okay? So that's just, that has been my journey. And it's okay if you're not there, okay? So that was my video for this week. Whenever I feel good again, whenever I have energy again, I will upload another video on another topic. I will see you guys next time. Mwah. Take care.